Hi, and welcome to a new video. Today I will show you how to make a landing page similar to this using Boost Page Builder. So what you need to do first is you have to log into your Boost account on my.boost.link, and on the dashboard you have to click on the landing pages, and then here you can start creating your own landing page. So first off, let's name your landing page and click build your landing page. And once it loads, you'll see the default blank landing page. You can create your own landing page from scratch using this one. What you need to do is you can delete this, and there you have it, it's empty. Now you can put a container on it. Make sure to change the type from default to fluid to make it full width. Delete this container div, and then you can add elements to it. So you can also change the background color here, or using this one, the color picker. So to have this background image, all you have to do is go to style, scroll down to the background image, click the background image, and then choose your background image that you want to use. And as you can see, you're not seeing it right now, but if you actually edit the settings, go to no repeat, size is cover, position Y is center. As you can see it now. If you want to resize your whole container, you can click the size tab and change the height to anything you want, and for example we can change it to 600, and you have it. You can see the actual background image. Now if you want to add a logo, the only thing you have to do is you need to add a container again. Make sure the container is also fluid, delete the container, text, and then add an image inside it. There we go. And then you can choose the file, you can choose your logo, and then you can resize your logo. For example, I'll put 125 by 22. There we go. And then if you want to add a space on top, you can just click on the outer part, on the outer container, and then go to style, and then go to padding and add a padding. There we go. You can also resize the container of the logo. For example, let's go to size, change the height from 150 to 50, or lower if you want. There we go. And then we can add another container after it. Change the container type to fluid again, and then delete the container text, and then we can add a heading on inside. Now we can add a text. For example, this one, we can just copy it and then double click the heading element and then paste it. There we go. Now if the heading is too close to the logo, we can just click on the container and then add another heading. You can also preview your landing page by clicking the preview icon on the top. As you can see, also a tip is to actually save your work every now and then, and once you click on save for your first landing page, you need to add it first, and then you can edit it again by clicking edit and then edit landing page. So next up, we can add another heading for this one. But I'll use the button, so I'll add another heading. You can see there. We'll change the size of the heading to 4, and then I'll add heading again, push it down. Now we can actually copy this and paste it here. There we go. Now we can also change the font size, change it to 18, and then change the font weight to normal. There we go. And then we can add a button after this by clicking the add element button again. Add the button. Now for the button, it has its own options. As you can see here on the content, you can change the type from default or primary, but you can also change the size, and I'll choose large to make the button look bigger. You can also add links on your buttons. This is a good place to put your Boost links. This way, when people interact with the button, they can sign up or log in using their social medias through Boost. For the styles, you can style it pretty easily. So background color, we can change it. I'll change it to green. You can easily customize it here, and then we can also change the size. For example, this one, I'll change the size to 50, and height would be 100, no, 60. There we go. And you can also add padding to it. Now if you want to change the text, you have to double click the button. There you go. You can type any text you want. You can also change the button's border by clicking on the button and then scrolling down to the border. You can remove the border by just putting 0 on the width, and then for the border radius you can easily edit them out. For example, 50, all of them 50 makes the button a circle. Putting 0 on it makes the button rectangle. Okay, so we're done with the header. We can move on to the other sections. For example, this one, company logos, we can just add another container after the hero. As always, make sure the container type is fluid. Then delete the container text, and then save your changes. Change the type to fluid. Then go back to the main container, change the background to white, and then add a heading inside. Also, don't forget to add paddings or spacings. There we go. Now go back to your heading, and we can just copy paste this. Change the font size to 24, make it bold. You can also change the color. Text color into gray. There we go. Now if you want to add an image, you can just click on the add element again, add another container, change the content to fluid, change the background to white, delete the text, and then add an image inside. And then to make it centered, you just have to click on the container, go to style, and go to text align and make it centered. There you go. And then click on the image content, and you can choose your own image here. Put the company logos. Don't worry about this one, we can easily change it. For example, width to 786 by 51. There you go. And then change the outer container to 50, and we're done. We're done with the second section. Now we're going to move on to the third one, which is usually the about us section. Here we can just add another container, change the type to fluid, delete the text, change the background to white, and then we can add a heading, center it, and then add paddings to the section and paste the text. Also change the font size to 48, or let's see, 38. There we go. Now if you want to add another text for the description, you can easily do it by just clicking on the header and then click on the duplicate button or clone element. You can easily add another text. Be sure to change the font size first, edit it out so it's readable by people. There we go. And that's the about us section. We can also edit the border to make it more unique. For example, add a border, solid 1, change the color to gray, make it a bit lighter. There we go. That way we actually have a border to separate the about us section from the other sections. Next up is the services section or shop section, whichever your business is selling or giving service. Here you have to add another container. Here I'll save again. That's because I finished another section. Now if you're lost, don't worry, because the page builder actually have a navigator. If you look on the top left, there's the containers that we've created, and we're going for the third one. And then I'm just gonna clone this one so it's easier for me to edit and just add more new elements. I'll just have to delete this, delete everything. Now it's a clean container. This way I don't have to add another container and change the type of the container to fluid, because most of the options are already saved and I just have to clean up the elements. Now since there's 3 columns here, I'll just have to add a grid row inside. And then a quick tip for this is you can delete the other columns and then edit this first one. So what you have to do is add an image inside the div, then go to the container, text align to center, add an image, and then change the text. For example, first benefit. Then on the image, change the size to 300 by 200, and then you can add a margin to give some space for the text. And once you're done with that, you can just click the container where they're inside of and then clone the elements. This way it's easier for you to edit them and add more descriptions. And if you forgot something, you can just delete them and clone the text so you can add descriptions on it. For example, this one. Let's change the font size to 18, change the font weight to normal, maybe 16 is better. There we go. Now once you're done with that, you can just click on the container again, clone the element, and you have them. You can easily change the image to whichever you want and change the text easily. This saves us more time on editing our landing page. And same as before, we can also clone this one and just delete the elements inside. So here I'll show you a quick way to create a testimonial section. So for example, we have 2 testimonials, so we just have to add a grid row inside the container, delete the third one, and then change the grid column to 2, and then change the other one to 4. Now we can easily edit this, delete the text, add an image inside, change the alignment of the image, and then add your image. And I'll use this guy. Change the size to 60 by 60, and we can also add border if we want to. So for example, there we go, 5. Change the color to gray. Change the text. We can easily change the text. For example, this one. In the text box, change the size of the text to whichever you want. For example, 18. Change the font weight to normal, and just add spacings to it. For example, like so. There you go. Now you're done with that. You can just easily duplicate this and duplicate this one also, and then just move this one to the left side. There we go. And then you can easily change the images. For example, we'll use a female one here and change the name from John Smith into Jane Smith. And we're done. We're done with the testimonial section, just like that. And lastly, if you want to add a call to action bar on before the footer, you can easily do that by cloning the container again and removing the element. Same thing as before. And then we can just go to style, add a background image to it. For example, this one again, and then change the repeat to no repeat, size cover, position can be top if you want. And then we can just add the heading again, similar to before on our hero. Change the text align to center, paste your text, change the font size, change the font weight. There we go. And then we can add a button again below it. And as before, we can easily change the style of the button here. Large, make it center. There we go. Content, go back to content, and go back to the button. Change the size of the button to 500. There we go. Height to 50 or 60, and then just add a padding to move the text. There we go. And then change the text to call to action, and then the background color. And there you have it, your personal call to action bar. And lastly, for the footer, you can just clone this, remove the elements. Also, you can remove the background image here by just going to the container and just removing the image here. Here we go. Change the size of the footer. about 50. Add another heading. Just change the headings, the font size to around 18 or 14 or 16 is good, and just copy and paste the copyright text. There you go. There you have it. You have created your own landing page with Boost Page Builder from scratch. Don't forget to save your changes, and you can preview your landing page by clicking on your link. Now if you don't want to create your own landing page from scratch, don't worry, because you can just create your own landing page. Look at the top left where you can see the navigations. Here you can also see different types of templates. We have pre-created templates that you can use and you can just easily edit. For example, stylish portfolio. It already has images and design, as you can see here. Also buttons. You can easily just change the background image if you want. And then change the text. Feel free to check it out and edit your own landing page if you don't want to create from scratch. And there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns with the page builder, and I'll see you on the next video.